All right, Kaelin, I think we're live. I think we're both a bit nervous, right?
Little. I
All
can do
right,
it.
cool. Kaelin, thanks so much for doing this interview with us. My name is Chris Ralph. I'm the founder of Boulder SEO Marketing. Kaelin, why don't you briefly introduce yourself?
My name's Kaelin. I am the co-founder of Couture. The other founder is my husband. We started this business 14 years ago. So he is the creative behind the brand. So he does all of the illustrations and all of the screen printing and production. And I do the business side of it and the numbers and the more technical stuff. So it's a great
Cool.
partnership. It's worked out really well. And we still, we continue to grow. We primarily do wholesale. And we really wanted to focus on the retail side and our website. So that's why we came to you.
Cool. How did you find us?
You guys actually reached out to me and I did some research about you. And I decided to set up a meeting because you guys were local. Because a lot of times when you do get calls, they're not even in the same state. They're not even in the same country. And I like that you guys were our neighbors because we're in Denver and you're right up the road.
Yeah, so we do really well with e-commerce customers. We created this methodology called micro SEO strategies that is really working well with e-commerce businesses. So we did an outreach campaign. I'm so glad that we actually connected. And I think you and I had a chat. Has it been about 6 months ago or?
I think it was actually I think it was like December. I feel like we started at the beginning of this year of January. So I feel like we probably hopped on a phone call, I want to say the end of last year.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we've been working together for a while now. Overall, did we deliver as promised? Are you seeing results because of what?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, I can admit when I don't know how to do something, and SEO and driving traffic to my website was obviously a weakness of mine. You guys have explained everything, explained to me what you're going to do. And I feel like everything you said that was going to happen has. The organic traffic, last we looked, I think is 42% about. So
Yep.
we're getting a ton of organic traffic to our website, which is really exciting.
Awesome. Obviously, I'm super excited to hear that. Have you worked with another agency before, or was that the first time?
You guys are actually the first. So I have some friends that are in your space and they've, tried to help me, but I just felt like I was lost. I was like, oh, I get it. And then I try and do it and I didn't understand. So when I met with all of you guys and had a couple calls, I just felt like I was comfortable. You guys made it really clear and accessible to me. And you make it easy for me. I can just respond or update things on Google Sheets. And it's really been easy to work with you guys.
And I think Kathleen is your account manager. How's the daily communication, like weekly, monthly? Like, are you involved? Is it taking too much time?
No, I think it depends on where we are within the month. So I think at the beginning of the month, she's preparing me for what you all are going to do. And so there might be a few extra emails, but it's not time consuming. Sometimes I just have to go through a document and read and review something. So none of it's incredibly time consuming. And then as the month goes on, it's really just, she's really good on Mondays and Fridays touching base to make sure I have any questions, following up on where they are within the week. So I always know where you guys are within the week and the month of, what you guys are doing on the website.
Cool. And then are you involved in writing content, or are we writing all the content and you take a look at it?
You guys are writing all the content. There have been some times where maybe it was a miscommunication or maybe the language wasn't the way I would have wanted it. And so I'll suggest something and then you all will rewrite it. So it's nice that I can collaborate, but I don't have to then turn around and do the work.
Okay.
So it's nice that it's a collaboration.
It's something I struggle with personally. I'm a business owner, right? I'm so picky about content and I am the worst enemy of my business. I'm the bottleneck, and I'm starting to realize sometimes good enough has to be good enough. Let's go live with content because we're usually gonna start to see the results. So I think I need to, change the way I do things.
I think as business owners, we all tend to get in our own way and we want to be control freaks. That's why we work for ourselves.
Yeah.
And I think that that's one of the hardest things, is to learn how to get out of your own way, because there is a part of me that would want to micromanage it or rewrite. And the reality is you're the experts. And so I have to trust that, maybe like a word isn't right. For us, we screen print. So using the word engraving, for example, was something that I was like, oh, well, that's just not the right terminology. But I really trust that you all have my best interest at heart and are going to put out the correct content.
Yeah, and I think as long as we can find a good way, where you can provide us with feedback, just learn with and from each other, then I think we're seeing the results that we're seeing for you, which is truly incredible. I think when we initially started this conversation, we did a low-hanging fruit audit on your website. I think we identified the pint glasses collection page and also the flour sack towels collection pages.
Yep.
And we deployed those. Actually, they're doing really well.
They're doing really well. And you guys did, I think one of the first ones we actually did was the whiskey glasses. And that one has just been, I think we were number 2 on the searches when you guys got everything done. I mean, it's just been great driving traffic and getting found.
Well, hey, if somebody is listening to this interview and they're still looking for gift ideas for, let's say Christmas, a birthday, whatever, like what do you have on your website? So
we make a little bit of everything, honestly. So it's nice that we categorize ourselves as like general gifts. So we have everything from barware, if you want to like elevate your barware game and like have some cute glasses that I have back here.
That's fair.
But we do everything from t-shirts, kitchen towels, any sort of general gift idea. So we really cover birthdays, anniversaries, any sort of, housewarming gifts, and all sorts of designs. We have everything from like fun and silly stuff to nature to quirky. So I feel like we cover a lot of bases.
Awesome. And then, so your title, Captain of Chaos, right? That
yes.
I love that, caught my attention when we first started to email. How did that come about?
You as a business owner probably know that day to day as a small business owner, I feel like I'm wrangling cats, and it's just sort of constant chaos, right? Like you get pulled in one direction and you think you have a plan, and then that gets derailed. And so really one day I was like, you know what? I am just the captain of chaos, because I have to right this ship, and I never know what my day is going to look like. So yeah, I feel like it's a really fitting title for any small business owner.
It is. I thought about stealing that title, but I'm going to stick to mine, Chief Visionary Officer.
I love it.
Hey, why don't we round out this interview by, there's probably a lot of small business owners listening to this interview. It is challenging to run a small business. You're pulled in so many different directions. I find it really hard, but very, I wouldn't change anything. Like, I don't want to be an employee. Like, if you have like the top 1, 2, 3 tips that you could share with our audience, if somebody's thinking about starting their own business, what would that be?
I think that it's worth, like you said, it is a ton of work, and it is, I think it's worth it. So it's always going to be more work, I think, than anybody can even imagine. Everybody says, oh yeah, it's going to be a lot of hard work. I mean, it really is. But I think once you get your bearings and you have proof of concept and you can start to grow, so whether that's employees, whether that is hiring a marketing firm, whether that is anytime you can have somebody help you, you don't have to be the superhero, I think is like the best advice I can give is in the beginning, yes, it's your baby and you're going to be really hands-on. But as you grow, you're going to grow with the support of other people versus you controlling all of it and trying to do all of it. There's just not enough hours in the day.
I completely agree. And it sounds like we're both a little bit control freaks. I think you're way advanced in terms of actually letting go a bit. Very cool. Well, hey, Kaelin, thanks so much. Kaelin Tillery of Couture. Check them out. They have a great online shop. Yeah, I enjoyed hosting this interview here, and hopefully we're going to continue to work together for a long time.
Absolutely.
Cool. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Bye, Kaelin. Bye.
Bye.